I just look at things, like not how they are, but what they could be. And yeah, I really didn't give a shit, Gareth, about anything. I decided that the player was always the most important thing, and I wanted to create something for them that they could like get their teeth into and believe. So I really didn't care too much. I was obviously in a pretty good position in New Zealand where I had been an international player. I'd been a reasonably good player myself. And so I just felt as though I had some leverage to use. And I just went for it. I said, look, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it a different way. I'm going to like look at different ideas, and yeah, I mean, it just evolved. It evolved as it went along, really. But that was always my starting point. But at that time, I had to do those things. They were quite controversial, maybe sometimes. But that for me was always a learning process all the time. It was like, I'm going to do something. Did that work? No, it didn't. Okay, let's get rid of it. Let's not do that anymore. Let's go and do something else. And so it was all trial and error. That's what I say to a lot of young coaches is like, you can't come and ask me what to do. Like I can tell you what I did, but you've got to do it yourself, and you've got to, it's a continual learning process for yourself. So if you want to be a good coach and you're young, you got to invest 20, 30 years in this. Like I say to the young players, I don't think you can skip a lot of those things. You have to go through those. It's like, I think I would have used that. We spoke about that conference up in Auckland. I would have definitely used the snakes and ladders at that time, where you don't need to go, you don't want to go up a ladder, because if you go up a ladder, you get promoted too soon, or things happen for you too soon. You're going to land on a snake, and the snake brings you back down. And so you're best to just go like one step at a time, do your work, turn up, get on the grass, experiment, talk to good people, but have a clear definition of what is the game and what do young players individually need to be able to do to survive and live and thrive in that game. It's huge for us right now. For me right now, that's the sort of like I mean, I don't want to be telling too many people about it. Is like that's the secret. Is this ability to calm? Like these are young athletes, by the way. I mean, I'm dealing with young men and women. You'll be the same. These are young people, and they've got lots of problems in their lives around just growing up anyway. But now you throw social media and TikTok and all that type of stuff in there. You're working with these kids that are like stressed out and very anxious, and they're trying to get away from that. And you suddenly bring them to football training, and you're like asking them to do certain things that stress them out even more. We don't want to do that. We're going the opposite way. And what I've observed over 20 years or so, if you can get these young geniuses, which they already are, and you can keep them in this beautiful play state, which is there before they go to bloody school, which starts at 9 o'clock and finishes at 3, and you got to do history at 9:30 and do as you're told and line up. If I can get them out of that place and put them back into this joyful place, magic appears. There's like clubs now talking about, yeah, it's all about winning. Like that's a doomed place, As soon as winning is the most important thing in any club or any academy or any young players, you're in big trouble. The players who are creative, imaginary, doing what they might call as off the cuff stuff, that's disappearing from our game, and it's really sad. And one of the things that we want to do is to bring that back and allow these players to do the things when you're standing on the bench or you're in the stand as a fan, and you're just going like, holy whoa, and so that's that's not a trained thing, because I think it's already in the players. We just got to make sure that they retain it. And as a football coach, what I do now is I'm the guardian of that. I fight for that. I go to war. I'll get dirty with anybody that I see is trying to take that creativity, that individualism away. That's when I get pissed. Don't get caught up in football world about winning. It's like I've written about this, Gareth, as well. It's a really, really addictive drug. And I've been there. You'd have been there. Once you get on this winning thing, winning, you're in big, big, big trouble as a human being. And so, like, I want to change all those things. I want to change. We thought about doing different things to change the game. Like, how could you make the game more entertaining? And then, then I come back to my systems again. It's like, no, don't do anything. The game is beautiful as it is. Just let it play. Just let the players play inside the game. I tried to do that in New Zealand football when I said to everybody I'd fire a lot of you.
You did.
You know, if I go into New Zealand, I said I'd fire everybody that's right there, and you're all guilty by association, so you can't apply for your jobs, and it needs to be restarted. Now, I didn't mean all that type of stuff. Obviously, I was just trying to make a point. But it's you know, in the country that I love dearly, there needs to be a paradigm shift in how we're looking after our young people in the game.